This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
On balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 269. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
Not too bad.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Right again.
All right, nice. What movie did we have you watch this week?
Meatball Machine.
All right. Meatball Machine. Picked this in honor of National Meatball Day coming up this week. Meatball Machine came out in 2005. It's directed by Yudai Yamaguchi and Junichi Yamamoto. I have a synopsis here. Full throttle, splatterific Japanese cyberpunk science fiction horror at its most aggressive, this mind-blower about alien parasites that turn their human hosts into slave necroborgs will leave you dizzy and drained in a good way. So, Ryan, tell us a little bit about Meatball Machine.
Well, it's not really mind-blowing at all.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of interesting. First of all, it's in Japanese, so it's all subtitles.
Oh, no.
It's like the most
no.
weirdest shit. It's very weird to figure out what's happening. I'll tell you what I saw, and you can try to make sense of it.
That's a good start.
I saw a lonely guy jerking off in a public porno film house,
Okay.
and then after that he gets assaulted by... Wait, no, he doesn't jerk off in the film house. He jerks off at his own house.
Okay.
Then he goes to the film house, and he's assaulted by a transvestite that he thinks is a woman, obviously. And eventually, they cross... Wait, did I say transvestite?
Yeah.
Sure
That
did.
might be PC. We'll call it a crossdresser.
Well, they're two different things, but it's... all right, just continue.
It was a guy dressed like a woman, so I guess it was more a crossdresser.
Okay.
Eventually the crossdresser beats the fuck out of him outside. And he's thinking about his life and reflecting. And he's at a lake, and a little alien creature comes out of the woodwork, literally. And he takes the little creature back to his house. Meanwhile, he's some sort of factory worker. And he tries to take a drill press and drill this thing. But it instantly breaks the drill press.
He tries to drill the alien?
He tries to, yeah. Because he doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I do, and I don't know what something is. Drill a hole in it.
Just drill it.
And there's some lady at his work that he stares at every day. And he turns out to be just as lonely as he is. Well, he runs into her one night, and her boyfriend boyfriend who also worked with this guy is a soldier, and he tries to stop him. And he gets the shit kicked out of him again. And the girl decides to go back to his apartment and help him clean himself up. And when they go back there, the little alien penetrates her and turns her into a necroborg.
Yes.
And
I was really hoping that you would say Necroborg at some point in time. It
they're
did not disappoint.
allegedly made to fight each other to the death, and then they find a new host, and they do it all over again. Well, one enslaves her, and another one enslaves him later on, and they have to fight, and he eventually ends up killing her. And those were the main points that I actually understood.
That sounds like that's a pretty good wrap up, though.
Yeah, I think so.
This, in all honesty, I think I followed this more so than a lot of your other wrap ups.
Yeah.
It was a pretty basic concept. It was easy to follow along with. Even though weird shit was happening every 5 seconds.
The big thing with this one, I think, is the over the top gore. So I want to talk about that. What was that? How did you find the over the top gore?
It sort of looked like Robocop at first.
Alright.
Like it was stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
But it was real bloody. Like real bloody.
Did you ever see, I don't think you did see Tetsuo the Iron Man, but I'm getting Tetsuo vibes from this movie. Where it's sort of this like body horror where man melds with machine and all of that.
Do they turn into machines? Like what exactly what is a necroborg? Can you break down a necroborg for me real quick?
It's from what I saw,
Okay.
the parasite turns a human body into like a monster. And there's all these tubes coming out everywhere.
Gotcha.
And they have a little parasite on their shoulder. Like a little shoulder gnome. But
Okay, the old shoulder gnome.
The classic shoulder gnome move.
So what are the tubes though? Just a bunch of tubes? It's just tube heavy.
I think they're more for visual effect than.
So they're not really functional.
From what I mean, at some point they blew out steam,
Gotcha.
but I couldn't figure out why.
Okay, so it sounds like it's got to regulate its temperature with this when it hybrids with the parasite and the human. It's got like a thermostat in there.
It's like a blow off valve.
Yeah. Now, what kind of monster are we talking about here? Like, does it lean towards like an insect, or is it leaning towards like an aquatic animal? Like, what type of monster?
A giant insect.
Ugh, gross. That's gross.
How many necroborgs are there?
Well,
Please tell me it's wall to wall necroborgs.
It's multiple. I know that, and
We know one thing for sure.
Their
are multiple
point is to kill each other. And then then when they kill each other, they just move to a new body.
Okay. That's interesting to know.
But they all look the same, so it's hard for me to tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like depend on the person when it takes over their body and kind of morphs with them. It kind of morphs into the same thing all the time.
Yeah, I was thinking it was more of like a thing, like the Thing, where the parasite sort of takes on certain characteristics of the host. But it sounds like it goes into the host and then it just turns into itself.
They wanted to recycle their effects for the Necroborgs. It sounds like they didn't have enough creativity to make several Necroborgs.
So all the Necroborgs are the same, like they have the same design. They all look the same.
I mean, aside from the human traits, yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
A lot of tubes, insect looking, shoulder gnome.
I noticed
I think is how we can categorize the Necroborgs.
Yeah, I noticed on the cover here, there's a woman. I'm guessing this is the woman that he works with, that he has the crush on, and she's got some crazy kind of goggle things in her eyes.
That was really gross fun. The Necroborgs, when they take over your body, they drill holes in their eyeballs and put this thing over top of them. The cover thing.
Okay. Alright.
Doesn't look pleasant.
I guess that's because the shoulder gnome doesn't want the human getting any ideas, trying to control what's going on here.
Correct, but that does happen.
Oh.
Eventually.
Okay. So, what did you think of this overall?
I thought it was fucking stupid.
Oh.
And bloody.
Stupid and bloody. Did it gross you out? Was it gross? Sounds gross.
Yeah, I mean, they should. A close-up of a drug going into the eyeball.
Okay.
I really didn't like that at all.
It's understandable. I can see that.
I remember this movie came out. I saw this movie like a long time ago. I remember really nothing. Just nothing about it at all. And it came out during a time when I feel like there's a lot of these ultra hyper gory movies coming out of Japan. Like,
they're working me. I think it was the weirdest one.
What was the one? There was like Tokyo Gore Police and Machine Girl, I think, was one of them. And one of the Yakuza Weapon. Oh, that was like a newer one. But I feel like there's just a lot of these kind of gory, like just super gory Japanese movies coming out around this time.
I think so. Yeah, it did seem like it was quite a movement. Where it just seemed like it's just a stupid story and just an excuse for tons of gore.
Yeah. What was the one guy? The guy that did Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead. Like I think that was the guy that did Machine Girl. And he was kind of one of the forefathers of this movement.
Which I forgot about that movie. Is it better than Zombie Ass Ryan? Or Zombie Ass?
Oh yeah.
What's the better movie? Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, Zombie Ass was pretty rough. That one was
a little more sense of that. Not much, but a little.
Just a little bit more sense.
And they're shorter now.
I haven't been a big fan of many of these movies just because most of them look so bad. Like, they just look so cheap.
It looked very, very dated. Like, it looked like they were trying to do way more than they knew how to do.
Going a little bit beyond what they're capable of there.
Yeah.
I remember I thought Tokyo Gore Police was probably the best of those. I remember finding that one to be enjoyable. And Machine Girl is not, maybe a distant second. But there was a lot of them that came out that I didn't see. Like, I think the director's name was Noboru Iguchi. He's the one that did Machine Girl, Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead, Robo Geisha, Dead Sushi, Mutant Girl Squad. He did a bunch of these movies. I think he started off as a porn director and then moved on to these kind of ultra violent, sort of goofy horror movies.
I had to, because Ryan, speaking of the, kind of looking dated and everything, so I, just type in Meatball Machine for Google Images. You page down like 4 times, and it's all pictures of the movie and everything. And then I just in the middle of it, there's a meatball machine that apparently it's a meatball forming machine, like a little plate of meatballs, and at the top it just says "Building Your Dream."
I want that.
Building your dream.
Type in Meatball Machine, Google Images, page down. I think it's 1, 2, 3. You should see it 3. You hit page down 3 times. You should see it. And it's just wonderful to see that in the midst of all this gore. Just building your dream.
Oh, I see it. I see it. It's created by a Missy group.
Yeah, and those meatballs look terrible.
Yeah,
the hell they're made with, like paper mache.
Yeah, they do not look healthy at all.
No, they look disgusting.
They're kind of beige looking. They look a little rough.
Just looks like wadded wet paper.
They're dated meatballs.
They don't really look like meatballs at all. They look like kind of like one of those like Ferrero Rocher chocolate gourmet chocolate things or something.
But made with paper mache. I mean,
yes.
It's not. I don't think I would buy this meatball forming machine. It doesn't look like it does that great of a job.
It sort of looks like a milkshake maker.
It does,
with a funnel at the bottom.
Yeah, looks like it just kind of pushes it out, and they don't. It looks like you can do them much better with your hand.
Yeah, they don't look like they're somehow better than if you just roll one up with your hands.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at these stills from Meatball Machine, it looks like this guy has a giant, sort of like a cannon, like a veiny cannon that's coming out of his chest.
Yeah, they'll have different weapons. That's like their thing. They can make weapons personalized to the human.
Ah, so there is some differentiating factors here.
Yeah,
liar. Shoulder now. He's like the main character.
Any final thoughts on Meatball Machine before we give you your drum roll on it?
No.
No? All right. Ryan, what do you give Meatball Machine?
3.
That's a 3 out of 10. You know, one thing about this movie, they call it Meatball Machine, but if I remember correctly, there are no meatballs in sight.
Are there even machines?
No, I've not seen him.
Does he like work at a meatball machine factory at least?
No.
Are there machines at all?
They said the word meatball machine once.
Why? Is
what's it in reference to?
I'm not really sure. I can't remember. I just remember reading it.
I hope is it just someone just looks at the camera and just says Meatball Machine.
No, I don't think it's that.
But then a drill goes into their eye.
But I want it to be in sort of like a light tone, like that. Just they shrug their shoulders and cock their head, and they just go Meatball Machine,
I hope that that's what it was. But I feel as though if it was, Ryan would remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about National Meatball Day. So coming up on March 9th, we recognize one of the great American food holidays, National Meatball Day.
Great.
That's what it says. It's
know.
not clear how this day got started, but
Of
who
course
can
not.
But who can resist the idea of celebrating National Meatball Day? There are many different ways to celebrate meatballs. Spaghetti and meatballs, Swedish meatballs, meatball sub, meatball pizza, turkey meatballs, lamb meatballs, porcupine meatballs, and the list goes on and on.
Did you say porcupine meatballs?
I did say porcupine meatballs. In parentheses, it says made with rice.
Oh, okay.
So they must be like a rice ball. But I've never heard them referred to as porcupine.
No, they
meatballs.
actually they have like a real name. It's not porcupine meatballs. Who the fuck is walking around calling these porcupine meatballs?
No idea. Never heard that before.
Assholes.
There's a restaurant in New York that has 54 different kinds of meatballs. Not only do meatballs allow for variety, but they move from appetizer to side dish to main dish quite easily. Meatballs
Very versatile.
Meatballs can be made the night before and put in a crock pot, or days before and kept in the freezer.
I shit you not. I didn't know. I thought he was watching the other movie. I didn't know he watched Meatball Machine.
So we did have another movie lined up, but there were some circumstances that
There are
prevented that from
technical difficulties.
Yeah.
The old technical difficulties. I actually have I have meatballs in a slow cooker right now.
Oh yeah.
Right now, waiting for me.
What kind of meatballs?
As soon as we're done, they're like they're like meatballs with like a buffalo sauce.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna have
man.
some. Yeah, I'm gonna have some meatball subs.
That sounds real good.
Yeah, so let's speed this up. I'll eat them meatballs.
Do you remember we used to work with someone way
Grape
back
jelly?
in the day.
Yo,
What?
grape jelly meatballs?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
We worked with this guy and he would make these meatballs and he would actually use grape jelly as one of the ingredients and they were so amazing.
They
My
were
I could just
mom
eat-
does that.
What'd you say?
My mom also does that.
Your mom? Yeah, like he made them real small, so they weren't like big. They were like little
Yeah.
bite sized, almost like appetizer, like hors d'oeuvre type meatballs. And they were so delicious.
Yeah, they're really good.
Incredible. Let's see how we observe this. I bet you can all guess, but there's a little bit extra here. To celebrate, some restaurants give a free side order of meatballs, while others are donating money to homeless shelters. Cook yourself up your favorite meatballs or go out and order some from a restaurant near you. Use hashtag National Meatball Day to share on social media.
When's the last time you heard somebody donating money to homeless people because somebody bought a meatball? So
It seemed like you would donate like food, like donate meatballs or something. So I guess I guess cash is fine.
Yeah, cash is always good. I wish I knew this because I would have waited to make these meatballs. And then I could have taken a picture of myself with my meatball sub and hashtagged it and everything. Threw it up there on the Twitter, on all the social medias, and actually taken a part in one of these ridiculous national days.
Oh my god, it would have been so funny.
Damn it.
There's actually a lot of... This week was a little tricky. There were a lot of national days that could open up a lot of bad movies.
I think that's the next step that we have to take when Ryan watches a movie, is that we actually have to get him to hashtag these days and stage a photo of him.
Well,
Whatever it is.
I never... When I release the episodes, I never hashtag it, which I just need to start doing, clearly. I don't know why I've not been doing that.
Why have you not been doing that?
I don't know.
That would open up
I need to-
a whole new audience.
I need to hire a social media person, clearly.
Man.
All right, Ryan. Any final thoughts on National Meatball Day or Meatball Machine?
Meatballs are good.
Meatballs are good.
What's your favorite way to have meatballs? Are you a meatball and spaghetti guy or
I like
meatball sub?
meatball subs.
Meatball subs are fucking good.
I like meatball subs too. I like spaghetti and meatballs, but I have a problem with it. Like I get the plate and it has like 2 meatballs on it, and then it's all this spaghetti, and it's like I want a good ratio. So like I have to then like chop up the meatball into lots of little pieces so that I can have an equal ratio of spaghetti to meatball.
I do find that enjoyable in the sense that what you end up doing with the meatball is cutting it up.
Right.
So you have like a little bit of meat with everything. So just make a meat sauce.
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly.
Like it's kind of pointless, but it is nice. Like, and I love the fact that like if you go to like a cheap restaurant, it's, you know, like little meatballs, and then like the nicer the restaurant is, the bigger the meatball gets.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go to a fancy restaurant, you just get like 2 massive meatballs, which are just ridiculous.
There is a restaurant here in the city. I don't know if the one that they mentioned, the meatball restaurant, I don't know if that still exists, but there is a restaurant here that they have a $100 meatball for sale that you can order.
That's stupid.
I don't know what's in it. I saw like a headline and they're like, this restaurant has $100 meatball, and I'm just like, heh, and then just moved on. But
I'm kind of interested in that now.
the $100 meatball.
Yeah.
I want to take Ryan to New York City, get that $100 meatball.
Splurge.
We could take a picture of it. We can hashtag it.
It's a pretty big meatball. I saw a picture of it. It's big. It's not like $100
It's a
big.
meatball. Yeah, no, that's a big meatball. But again, it's pointless because you can't eat that. So what do? You cut it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just ground beef. Like,
yeah,
ground beef is cheap.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they put something out. Maybe it's nice. Some kind of high-end beef.
Yeah, boy, they got, which I should have known. They take it's Wagyu beef. Okay. So that makes sense. And then you got the black truffle on top.
Yeah,
and they always plain black truffle.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. That's just stupid. And it's stuffed with foie gras and truffle cheese.
Well, I don't support foie gras at all. I don't support that shit.
That's just fucking. That's not a meatball.
I had I was at a party, a work event, and they had black truffle pizza. It was like, this isn't great.
No, it's not. That's what I love about like most rich people food is it's not good.
Yeah,
it's bland.
Yeah,
like I had quail the other day. Like
I've had quail before too, and I don't like it.
It's just like
there's nothing to it.
Yeah,
it takes like 25 minutes to get like a little tiny sliver of meat off of it, and you're just like, okay, and that tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it tastes like a chicken wing. Okay.
All right, I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your questions and topics to feedback@filmpulse.net. Now you can follow us on Twitter @filmpulse.net, @filmpulsekevin, and @mylegsdon'twork. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/filmpulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
See you later.